I am going to read this as charitably as possible. I have not read it yet. I have only seen the reactions and the fact that Dexerton Ostenox posted this. Oh, it can't be good. And I see in this little corner over here, podcaster Ethan Klein voices support for Contra. I don't even want it. Okay. I made this piece yesterday about how it's really weird that people try to stand for something. It was a response to the Cavernacle thing. I just uploaded as of the time of this recording. I saw it happen to you, so I know that it could happen to me. You should peep that out. Thank y'all for 1,000 views on a video that was just me expressing myself. I really like that type of motion, so let's try to keep it in that realm. The most charitable reading that I could possibly understand of this. Oh, man. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm going to ignore my chat for a second. I just seen another person say I already knew. Uh-oh. I saw it happen to you, so I know that it could happen to me. So many leftists feel betrayed. Okay, I'll tell you what. I won't even respond to this because I'm forcing people on YouTube to watch this. I gotta do it, right? Y'all want me to do it. Burn the first fucking minute to do this. Let's go by length. I got y'all right now. I got y'all. YouTube folks, I got y'all right now. So many leftists feel betrayed because I haven't made a video on Palestine. Do they actually want a ContraPoints video about Palestine? Will they be happy if I get in the bath and pour milk on a mannequin of Benjamin Netanyahu? No. I have to keep reading it. I can't stop. I have posted about Gaza occasionally, and have quietly given money to Palestinian aid organizations. But I think what leftists really want is for me to join the chorus of anger. They sense some hesitation on my part, and are judging me very harshly on my presumed opinions. I'd rather be judged on my actual opinions. So here they are. Is Israel committing a genocide in Gaza? Yes. Do I oppose it? Yes. Do I feel angry about it? Yes. I also feel a lot of other things. 1. Doom. This week after October 7th, it was clear the mood among Israel leaders and civilians was overwhelmingly kill or be killed, existential panic, and unstoppable lust for revenge. It reminded me of the U.S. after 9/11. There was no reasoning or protesting them out of it. I hope y'all on YouTube like the flow between the Southern, because I just found out she's from Virginia, so I'm doing the British into the Southern, back into the British thing. It's really hard, and I'm only doing it because I'm self-conscious, because that guy said my Bane was so, and I'm like, damn, I ain't even get to rip that shit. I love you, bro. Thank you for the comment. There was no reasoning or protesting them out of it. Nor was it politically feasible for the U.S. to withdraw aid to Israel on a time frame that would make a difference. It would have required replacing most of Congress and overturning decades of bipartisan strategy and diplomacy. Even in the best case scenario, it would have taken years. So there was a sense of utility. But worse, the leftist pro-Palestine movement quickly decided that now I'm doing the Bane thing, that their primary goal was not merely opposition to the genocide, but opposition to Zionism in general. That is, opposition to the existence of Israel as a Jewish state, and here they decided to draw the line separating decent people from genocidal fascists, which had the following consequences. It shrunk the coalition! Zionist is a very broad category! There's Jews and Zionists! Anyone who supports a two-state solution is a Zionist! It was politically infeasible. I've floated in and out of so many accents. I'm keeping track as I'm doing it. What is the pathway that takes us from the present situation to the dissolution of Israel as a Jewish state? I don't see how this can happen without either a total internal collapse of Israeli society or else, nuclear war. As usual, leftists have championed the doomed chaos. It introduced dangerous ambiguities. The vagueness of Zionism as a political Satan enables all kinds of rhetorical abuses. On the one hand, right-wing Israelis hold up all anti-Zionist protests as existentially threatening and inherently anti-Semitic. On the other hand, there is a long history of anti-Semites using the term Zionist in deliberately equivocal ways. Anti-Semites are happy for the opportunity to misappropriate the now popular anti-Zionist label to legitimize their agenda. And many people are not informed enough about anti-Semitism to recognize when this is happening. These problems are mutually reinforcing. Oh my god, it is a... Oh, fuck me, I didn't know there was a whole other part to this. Dread. The online left has spent the last 20 months distributing hundreds of videos and photos of dead Palestinian children. The main effect of this has been to create a population of people in a constant state of blood-boiling rage with no consequential political outlet. I fear this may be worse than useless. Anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism are conceptually not the same, and conflating them is dangerous. But in practice, the way Israel is perceived does seep out into the attitudes towards Jews in general. I don't think Jews who feel isolated and wary in the current atmosphere are simply hysterical or hallucinating. Yes, there are communal... Now I'm doing a Jim Carrey thing. I don't know where that came from, but I'm fucking with the vibe. I think I watched Liar Liar yesterday. Not even watched it. I watched the Cinema Sins. You know the thing. Yes, there are communal trauma and hypervigilance. Yes, there's disingenuous right-wing ghouls dismissing and censoring all criticism of Israel on the pretext of fighting anti-Semitism. But there's also a valid, I say, fear of historical anti-Semitic patterns reoccurring, and that fear gives power to the... Right-wing Zionists claim that only Israel can keep Jews safe. This doesn't mean Israel should not be criticized and sanctioned. Absolutely not, but it's something I don't want to risk contributing to, if not outweighed by tangible evidence. So I appreciate the issue cautiously. Bitterness, much of the online left spent all 24 single-mindedly focused on Palestine and comes to the complicity of democratic politicians sending aid to Israel. This campaign had the following effects: 0 Palestinian lives were saved, not one fewer bomb bullet was fired by the IDF. It might have decisively contributed to the re-election of Trump, guaranteed that the U.S. will put no diplomatic pressure on Netanyahu for at least 4 years in making protests against Israel both riskier and less effective. Trump is also incidentally a menace to me and basically everyone I care about. A perfectly enlightened being would feel no bitterness about this, but I do. None of this is the fault of Palestinians, of course, who are overwhelmingly the victims here. I hope that someday American policy will shift in their favor and will continue to support that cause. I tell you, I see decisions as bleak and interactable, secretly divisive, to avoid any involvement in promoting transport and political entertainment. That's why I haven't made a video about it. Hopefully, it goes without saying that these are just my thoughts. I'm sure all the friends who have different opinions. Hit the like on the video right now. That shit was a waste of time. All you said at this point is exactly what I said when I reacted to Cavernacle's video. I even skipped all the... This is exactly what I don't want. Remember how for YouTube, you don't know what I'm talking about, but my Twitch audience does. I'll be recording these on Twitch. Y'all be coming from the YouTube. Man, y'all be coming from the YouTube. I appreciate that. You don't have to. You're safe there. I'm always going to be here for you. Don't worry about what I'm doing here. You're going to get yours, and it's always going to be special. Anyway, remember when I said in that last video that I specifically did not like that people couldn't be fucking creative with the ideas that they were trying to put forth when it comes to the biggest issue of our generation, let alone it is the second Holocaust in less than 100 years. And I know we're already talking about it is the second Holocaust in less than 100 years. Little bit of a problem if we can't even get a century before we just have to ethnically cleanse a group of people off the map. And we keep giving leaders power to do so in such the most obvious ways. They're running the playbook in the United States right now. I did get it out before she did the Reddit post. 100%. 100%. All of this is saying to me that there's both sides. That's what you're saying. You're giving validity to people's hysteria because the hysteria helps push both people into a well of, I can see where you're coming from and I can see where you're coming from. When you say that, what I hear is, why do you hate me? I like both of you. I want both of you to live happy lives. I'm not trying to be funny when I say we have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. And for the first time ever. Dog, the rhetoric of the world is too vividly. I can understand in 1942, you trying to pull us out of World War II with a protest and saying you got to be careful with your rhetoric. I could understand that. In 2025, I could talk to half the state of Yemen right now on some G shit. I could talk to a Pakistani right now. That's not technology. And when I say talk to, I don't mean just phone call. Video chat. I could send files. We could play games together. You can't expect people to live in this duality of we have to appeal to everyone who didn't see Windows 95 and everyone who's currently on Windows 11. Sorry, eventually one of those groups was going to die out socially much faster than any other group ever has. There's nothing tangible in any of the old traditions, in any of the old tribulations we used to go through. Shit is easier now. I'm sorry. You used to have to call the restaurant, give them your address, wait for the delivery, and pay the guy when he got there. Now y'all got an app for it. Okay, so all that energy I used to spend doing that delivery, now I can spend wanting to burn down a system. You're only giving people few options, and you're only giving people a few understandings of those options. At some point, eventually, a group of kids is going to come out and say, why the fuck does this exist? It's not bringing me any joy. I hate it. And it seems like all the adults care about is upholding this shit that I have no idea about. And every time they try to prove to me that I should care about it, it looks even dumber. You just gave validity to those people. It might have slightly contributed to the re-election of Trump. Thanks, dude. Thanks. It took you till July 9th, 2025 to come up with, it might have helped Trump get elected. Nothing was ever going to stop him getting elected. The problem literally is that the Democrats at this point with what we know wanted him to get elected because he would fuck up so much and destroy so much that they thought, okay, we let him run loose for 4 years. Niggas is gonna hate him. Democrats win for the next 20 years because they never want a repeat of anything that Trump is ever gonna back. You miscalculated because that old man is figuring out ways to, I get my third term. All of this shit is whack. Who asked for this? Who asked for this? Are creators just stupid? Like, nah, I'm mad. Now I'm mad. 5-minute rant, paradigm time, it's coming. What the fuck are you talking about? Natalie! No, seriously! What is happening here? What possessed you to press send? To type that and thought it sounded good? I acknowledge that Israel is doing a genocide. End of conversation! That's all people wanted you to say! Free Palestine! 6 words! Natalie, look at me. You don't know me from a hole in the wall. I'm trying to talk to you not like any other fucking creator on this fuck the creator shit. Ah, I'm ripping off the paradigm mask. Hi, I'm Marquise. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm a big time fan. You're one of the people who got me into this. From a person to person perspective, I know for a fact that if I was somebody you trusted in your life, you wouldn't say all that to me in the conversation. You wouldn't say all that to me in the conversation, so now I gotta figure out why the fuck you talking about it. Baby girl, where in this did we reach a point where in this did we reach a point where you and I, where I needed a definition from you about everything that's going on? I didn't need you to retell me any of the pieces and parts of what has happened since you've been silent. I wanted to know if you were okay. I know that as a principled leftist, as a principled person who's built an audience on a type of politic that would probably resound greatly with what's going on, I could probably figure out your opinions and your motives and your convictions. I could figure that out. I don't have to guesswork in a negative way. This makes me guesswork in a negative way. This is you sending me a text telling me, hey, I saw your video that you had made, and I just wanted to clarify a few things, and I wouldn't mind if you put this in another video or just let me know, let people know we chatted or whatever. I really understand where you're coming from, and I just wanted to clarify to you because I know you. Natalie, put the phone down. Natalie, look at me. Marquise, I'm your new weirdo friend on the internet you met randomly. It's not a good look. There were other ways to do that. You could have done this in a different way, word for word, script for script, and I might have been able to squeeze or eke out some standard for you for this to be okay. We could have worked on this together. This, however, it's giving. Why are you mad at me? And I'm not mad at you. I'm not angry at you at all. I don't know you. But if I was your friend, I would pull you to the side and say, let's go get some dinner. Because I feel like this internet shit breaking your brain. It's making you write weird things, and then that's what we have to talk about because that's what I'm seeing of you. And then it's like, what are you doing in your spare time? Like, I'm, I'm, I'm so, I'm so. This is just not good now. Not good. Podcaster Ethan Klein voices his support for ContraPoints on his Instagram story. Thank you, ContraPoints. It's important. You know what? I'm not even using that name here anymore. Thank you, Natalie. It's important to remind people that there's space to be anti genocide, pro Palestine, but also against annihilating Israel. Okay. I like this cornerstone point. I feel like Hassan has done already as much. Sam Cedar, Norm Finkelstein, the real people doing real work. I'm gonna try my own spin on this. If Israel stops being an apartheid state with war weapons, it wouldn't be the same Israel. No matter which way you go out of this situation, Israel itself has to fundamentally change. Therefore, annihilating Israel is the last option here. We have to make you so recluse that you're like, all right, bro, you got it. We're not going to do that no more. Until that happens, we're going nowhere because they hold all the cards and they're the ones making these decisions. It is my belief that any lasting peace must have two elements: Palestinian self determination and secure borders for Israel. Who is attacking Israel? Secure borders for Israel sound like secure borders for America. What the fuck do you mean? Many leftists would rather focus on purity tests and social credits than having a meaningful and realistic conversation about creating a lasting peace. The reaction to your post will prove my point, unfortunately. I hate that so much. I made a whole thing about it. Don't dare box me into, if I react different than the way you want, then clearly, like, it's not gonna be a real and meaningful conversation. Okay, now you're full of shit. That's like you punching me and say, yo, if you hit me back, I'm gonna call the police. I hate N-words. Rent free. Look at how mad I triggered the libtards. now your post has fueled him even further, and I think he's bitch made. What will you do as my friend? We're sitting down having dinner, and you pissed me off because now that guy is in my inbox saying, "Oh, you're hanging out with Natalie. You're hanging out with Natalie. What are you guys doing later? I wonder if she's interested in you." And I gotta. He took my gun apart with one deft move, Nat. What do I do? How did he do that? He took my gun apart with one deft move, Nat. How did he do that? Don't you think you and me should go ask him? Don't you think we should go figure? What are we gonna do? Track him later with a howitzer or something? He's right there. He's right there, and I think we should go ask him. Welcome to the paradigm shift. To end this wondrous response, this is a message to every creator in every space that I've ever interacted with. I'm coming. Go ahead, put your beams. I put a pause in there just for the memes, just so you can meme it. So when it happens, I could say you foresaw it. And all you could do was smile and laugh because you knew resistance was futile. They gotta free my niggas. Damn, being a bad bitch on the internet really do mean like being a bad bitch on the internet really give you like